back, people. It's very, very, very honorable, and it feels real good to be back for a little bit. Made it back home. Things are going well, and I can't complain. There's a lot of good things happening in the gaming industry. It's a bright future ahead, and the new league will want to touch on some subjects. So welcome, please welcome, because we're grateful. You could have been anywhere in the world today, or anywhere off this world if you're an alien, or if you're just somebody that just happens to be an
Yeah.
astronaut. And you're tuning in, whether it be your television screen, your mobile screen, or your PC screen. We don't care what screen it is. We're just thankful that you came in and are going to enjoy this show with us. Two topics, people. Two topics today. We're going to make it short. Two topics I want to talk about specifically. One is the topic of the Xbox Series X not having exclusive launch games. Let's put the S on that. Games. But don't worry about too much of that S, because the S is the secret to that. Then we have the PlayStation coming out proclaiming that the PS5 will have an exclusive game at launch. Okay, we're going to go in with that. I got my man Gamer Names in the building representing the Xbox community. Good to have him in here. He's going to be chopping it up with me.
Yep.
And we're going to do it big, man. I'm back on Resident. Oh, not Resident. I was thinking Resident Evil. Terminator Resistance. We're back on Terminator Resistance. A good game. My man said he just hit level 16. I just started playing this game yesterday. And I'm going to continue. But what I'm trying to understand is this is not any new news. We know that Xbox was coming out with Halo Infinite. And what's funny is all that's been confirmed. The reason being is that Xbox Series X has to have a game that it can showcase what it's about. And that's what Matt Booty said, right? He says as our content comes out over the next year, 2 years, all of our games, sort of like what PC does, will play up and down that family of devices. We want to make sure that if somebody invests in Xbox between now and Series X, that they feel that they made a good investment and that we're committed to them with the content. Now, the era of exclusive launch titles for a game console might be coming to an end. It could. But that doesn't mean that the platform won't have an exclusive game. It didn't say anything about that. They're trying to get a game that is going to show the full advantage of its features. And Halo Infinite is going to be that game with a new engine. And they're going to put that game out there, and that game is going to be the one to sell the Xbox Series X. That's their vision on it. So the thing is this. They used the Xbox, the first one, OG Xbox, and they used Halo Combat Evolved. Halo Combat Evolved was the game to project those numbers for the OG Xbox. It's the same thing that they're going with this one. And Matt Booty also added that our approach is to pick one or two IP, one or two, see what I'm saying? That we're focused, that we're going to focus on and make sure that they're the ones at the launch of the console, taking advantage of all the features. And for us, that's going to be a Halo Infinite, which is a big opportunity. Now, I think that is smart, man. Don't want to overdo it. You don't want to put out games that are not ready for the next gen, where people will sit up there and complain about how it looks, how it plays. You want to get your game out there that's going to represent your console to the best of its full potential.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
And once that happens, everything else will take care of itself. Let me change the audio in here real quick. And that's what I think is looking pretty good for them. They're in the right direction. All they have to do is stay on course. That's all they have to do is stay on course. Once they do that,
It's bad enough with those creepy
they
noises.
have nothing to worry about. And they're moving in a
Once
good
in a while,
direction,
there's
right?
this unbearable scream
It's not like
coming from that hospital.
Microsoft is
I need
scrambling
to see what's going on.
to do
Let's move.
things. They're heading in the right direction. They're loud. They're not the quiet ones. They're loud. The confidence is up.
Let me. Picking
And
locks
for
is
the
fun.
Xbox community, it's good that they're showing that. But I see nothing wrong with a console coming out with 1 or 2 exclusive to showcase its power, to showcase what it's about, and then wait
Looks like a
for the
silly
next ones to come out. Because here's what he said. Excuse me. Matt Booty did say this.
Poor guy is still holding
He
the
said it's going
sound
to be
decoder.
2
Sound decoy?
to a possible 3 years
You resistance
when
guys just
the
shoot at everything that
Series
moves,
X will
don't you?
start getting
Silverfish
exclusive
are
games
sensitive
simply
to noise.
for
So
its
before it pops
console.
up from the ground and starts
Because you gotta look
chasing
at
you,
it.
throw a sound
When does the Xbox
Everyone
Series
here
X
likes
come out?
Silverfish away.
This late
Guess you could
fall
wait
or early winter, right?
Need
Of
a new
2020. So you can might as well kiss
End of
this
this
year
year.
goodbye.
That's
That's
the
right.
sound I was talking
Kiss
about.
this year goodbye. You
Don't
can't
think you should
count
go any
this year.
further.
And what about
So
you?
2021 comes out,
That could be the resistance.
and people are stuck
I
on
understand.
Halo Infinite, and if that other game happens to come out,
Stupid asking you this.
it could be
but I
Hellblade 2.
wanted
We
to
don't
find
know,
some
but we do
antibiotics
know
for
it's
Mark.
1 or 2 games. That's a
I don't wanna
possibility.
make it easy on you,
Now, once
but
that
if you
year
went
goes
there
by,
and find some
we
cheap-
still got all our events,
We would really
E3s,
appreciate
Gamecom,
I'll see what I can
Exos,
do.
Inside
And
Xbox.
remember
We're gonna
if
have
you
all
go
those shows
that
going,
way when you go
and
to those
they won't
terminals.
lose us. They'll
So
be
when you
keeping us
see one,
informed on what's
do what
going
I
on.
do. Sneak
So when
past
that
them.
year goes by,
I'll be waiting
we
for
can
you to
expect in 2022 for games to start just blowing up from the Xbox studios with exclusive content for the Xbox Series X console. It makes sense. Games don't just get made overnight. It takes just a couple years, and they've already been developing these games simply for this moment. So I'm not really tripping on the fact that it may take a year or so, because it was going to take a year anyway to get games on this platform like it should be for the next generational aspect. And once that happens, then everybody can chill and relax and understand what they're getting. Up until this point, it's all about grabbing that console, seeing the full potential with the Halo Infinite out the gate, making sure Halo Infinite does what it does for the next generational console. We also know that Halo Infinite won't be just on the Series X. It's going to be an investment game. So it'll be on the X. It'll be on the if they make a lower tier console outside of the Series X. If there is a such thing as the Lockhart, it'll be on that as well. But no console will be able to push the game to where it needs to be like the Series X. You'll be. They're betting that once
Yep.
that's right. They're betting
Right now, you need to start answering some questions.
on if that Xbox One X, the Series X, I'm sorry, if the Xbox Series X can push forth what they believe in, quality, gaming speed, they think that alone will sell that console. They have a good back record of doing it, and it could happen again. I don't think there's anything wrong with showcasing it. I don't think there's anything wrong with showcasing it. They need to showcase it. We need a game that can showcase its situation. And when that happens, everybody else will follow suit. Because you want to give your audience, your consumers, your fans, some time. If they invested in the X, so to say, they just got the X, right? Give them a couple years to invest. Don't just bring out a console and then tell them, hey, look guys, we got this console, and the only way you're going to play these games now is if you drop what you have now and you start buying into this game. And all the games that you done invested in now mean nothing. Now mean absolutely nothing. You don't want that to happen, man. You're a consumer. You want to be able to invest, flex your games out there. Bring your library with you. I have no problem with bringing my library with me on all the games I've invested. I have no problem in that. That makes sense to me. But you got people out here taking what Matt Booty said and are running wild, making it seem as if the Xbox Series X isn't going to have any games for it. That's the lie. It's going to have games.
You.
But I doubt there's going to be a few games on it, meaning 3. It may come out with 2 games.
Right
That
now,
sounds
you start
about right.
answering some questions.
But even if they do a 3rd game, it's going to be a smaller game, you know? It won't be so big. But even if you have a AA with 2 AAA games for it, that's still good. You just need a couple of games to showcase it off and then hold it down until your next big game comes out for the system. That makes sense. And that's nothing unusual in the gaming streets. What he said is nothing unusual. So we shouldn't be surprised at that. The only thing we're happy about is that we know for a fact now that this console will have some games at launch. I mean, why wouldn't it? That would be stupid to put this console out and not have anything out for it. That would be stupid. Don't want to do that. Now, getting to that point where everybody is so quick to just judge the fact that the Xbox Series X won't have any games, we understand that mindset. We understand why they're thinking like that. We get it. We understand. But what y'all have to understand is this. Microsoft is fully invested in the Xbox. Fully invested. They're putting all their money into it. And that's the difference now. They're putting all their money into it, and they're putting their money into it with confidence. I see big things coming for those who put their investment into the Xbox Series X. I see a great big advantage in that. And I don't see nobody being mad when that game comes out, or the console comes out with that game. I see a lot of people that are going to be happy, man. It makes sense. I mean, do we expect more games? Sure. Will we get more games? Not all the time. But that's just the way it is.
This is it.
That's nothing unusual. Just got to take your baby steps. It's just baby steps, man. And once Microsoft gets past their little trials with the new console, get those baby steps out of the way, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Now, Sony, on the other hand, it's doing the same thing. It's claiming that it's going to have a game that comes out on launch, which I don't doubt that anymore. I mean, that only makes sense. You know, if they're not going to have it, that wouldn't make no sense at all if they didn't have a game to premiere. Now, who's going to have more games is a good question. But for Sony to come out and say, hey, listen, we're going to have a launch game too. But they've already said that don't get too hyped off the fact that we may not have the same amount of games for the Xbox that the Xbox Series X will have. It may not look as good. It may not even play as good, but we're going to have them out there for you. They may even put out VR. Who knows what they'll do? That's what I'm thinking they're going to do. I'm thinking their lack of games.
Yep.
That's right. Their lack of games, they got the VR market. So they can always be like, well, we have a lack of games. Let's just throw them some VR. But see, that's an automatic investment that you're asking people to do that did not support it the first time go around. So now you got these people who never invested in it, who may now have to go and buy something just to stay busy. We don't know yet, though. But it's a good possibility. You want your consumers to get out here and buy something that they didn't even invest in the first place. That's a big bold attempt, man. But if PlayStation's going to do something, they need to do something. That's all. Do something. Get your fans set up. Give them a reason to buy the PlayStation 5. Now that I said that, does the PlayStation 5 come in with any better services? I doubt it. They're gonna still use PSN on that new console. To me, that made no sense at all. That made no sense at all. But hey, I mean, it's what they can do. They can only do what they can do, man. They can only do what's in their budget. So we can't sit there and look as if they were supposed to have all this stuff going on when they're not showing you anything. None of their fans can tell anybody what's coming out for their console. Nobody. But we can say at least Halo Infinite's coming out on ours. Microsoft is being transparent on that note. So to me, man, it's just all about who's going to deliver on what they say. Right now,
And they got
Microsoft is in the better position. Go ahead.
they got a third party exclusive, not the first party. It's funny that they announced
Right.
a third party exclusive before they announced their own first party exclusives.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
It's
they
gonna
did
be on
that.
PC too.
That's right. And PC being that hustle market right now, they realize, man, that's where it's at. Use the PC market for your hustle. Get them to buy your games, and then you put that money back into your hands, in your pockets, and for your business. And when that happens, man, the console generation can grow the way they want it to grow. So that's how I look at it, man. That's my take on both of them, man. I mean, Microsoft has already said what we're going to get. PlayStation has said it, but yet shown anything. Haven't shown anything. So that's the difference. That's the only
Yeah, and then they
difference in the
said
two.
Sony said with PS5 backwards compatible with certain titles.
Wonder if
It's
I
not
can
all.
control those
Because
turrets.
That's
other
correct.
titles they probably don't make backwards compatible. They're gonna sell it to you again.
That's true. That is so
Like
true.
The Last of Us 2. They
Right.
always come out a couple of months before the next generation releases, and then they sell it to you again and a couple of months later
Well, see, I hope they
after
don't.
the new year.
I really hope that the PlayStation fans don't get bombarded with remasters and things like that, man. I mean, we're out of this situation where we're in 2020, man, and it's just getting ridiculous. We don't need any more. We don't need any more remasters. Really, we don't. Everybody's getting
Sure.
tired of these. Everybody's getting tired of remasters, man. I mean, I understand it, but man,
Now
just to
from the
keep
ground
right, just to
from the
keep not.
ground up like Capcom do. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, just to keep embarking on your fans with remasters makes no sense, man. You gotta come. It's gotta come a point where you gotta have something for them, and remasters isn't the way to do it, man. Just make some new IPs. Be patient. Gather up some money, and go help some new devs. Make some good games, man. But either way, like I said, either way, I see Sony and Microsoft doing something big. They're going to go in two different directions, but I see them doing something big. And we're going to see which one's vision works the best. And that's how we're going to leave it, y'all. We're going to leave it at that. I mean, Microsoft is basically already letting us know that they have a game. We do have one in the bag, and we knew that from the jump. They said it from the jump. That was last year when we knew we had Halo Infinite coming. We saw the trailers and everything,
Yeah.
and then they let us know that this will be a console launch game title. We knew that. So for over a year, we knew that. The only difference is nobody knows what game Sony is coming out for the PlayStation 5. We don't even know, but we do know it could be a VR game. We do know that. It could be. It may not be, but it could be. And if it does, then it does. But people have to understand whatever happens, that's going to be the direction, that's the vision and the direction that these companies want to take. So all we can do right now is sit back and wait. There's no definite company saying anything about their next move. There's no definite leaks. You don't hear the Sony brand coming out telling us anything. You don't hear the Microsoft brand coming out telling us anything. But we have these articles that think that they got the information that can say whatever they have to say, and it relates to whatever's going down in these companies, and that's not right. Some articles may get scoops, but if you're not hearing it from the company themselves, just take it with a grain of salt. Hey guys, thanks for coming out with us, man. Thank you, Gamer Names, for being a part of the show, brother. Thanks for everybody on the Mixer side of things that came out with us again, man. We had a lot of fun. Peace to the Xbox Live community. Shout outs to my man After Boss for popping up with me yesterday. And thanks to the DX Men of the DX Mansion, Twitter team. Salute y'all, all you guys. Everybody on Xbox Live that takes the time out to jump off their console to come on over here and get in here with us and co-op play with us and get into the party and have chats with us as well. We enjoy all of this stuff, man. And to all the followers and to all the subscribers, we want to say thank you so much. We couldn't be doing this without you guys. We're so humble. So this has been the New Legal Man representing Di-RREC Gaming, and we're out of here. See y'all soon.